Times the track gonna win. But nonetheless, 16 drivers have showed up. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And really fast, just right now in the practice session. 19.92 seconds. All the usual suspects. Suspects in here. Should be a fun one. Couple of intros. Decided to change up the order for our intros this evening. Forget about tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. Number 20, the kickoff for the Dirt Series Racing 410 out sprint cars. Zach Krieger be back in the booth for you folks. Should be a fun one no matter what. We'll kick the season off. When we get into the building, we go through the holiday. We'll come back on September 9th. November before they do their winter series. Track at the moment, but he is here. There's his teammate. This. Whoops. We didn't do a good job there. All right, that'll bring us up to date. All right, qualifying kicking off. Drivers heading out. Also, we're just going to watch the second lap. Jesse Thomas crossed the line right there. Just rolling it around, getting it in there. Looks like J.D. Stockwell. The 045 car not going to time in for us this evening. So 20.65, the slowest. Doug Turner currently 15th. Well, just about race time, so let's get moving along. When we come back, we'll have heat races. All right, drivers ready to get out here for heat races. Let's move around here. Get a view, show you the starting grid for heat number one. It's going to be Austin DeMore, the 3 car, on our pole for heat number one, with the 07 of Wes Whitfield on his outside. Jesse Thompson, the 13, will start inside of row number 2, and then Nick Baker will start in that 4th row, or in the 2nd row in the inside position number 4. He drives the orange machine. And then shotgun Charlie in this one. The old face for radio himself, G-Body car.
Green.
What you hear? Green flag. Top side. Oh, there's contact. Car right. Third, second. Austin DeMore is there. Baker. And then West Whitfield. I'll go back just a little ways. No, they advance it on us. We can't see it. I hate when they do that. But we'll get down here. We'll take a look at our starting lineup for heat number 2. Going to be Alan Payne, the 45 car on pole with the 31. Andrew Humphrey on his outside. Aaron Thompson, 19 car inside row number 2. And he'll have the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer on his outside. And then you'll see the back row. 53, Terry Dahl inside, and the 045 of J.D. Stockwell on the outside. Get the 10-5. Looked like in that first heat that Whitfield was up on the top of the car. Just there's really nowhere to go. He was coming off the corner and I expected him to stay high. They made contact. Well, when he gets out front, it's very difficult to pass.
Green, green, green. Payne locks the brakes up. He'll give the spot away. It's going to be up front right now. Turnmeyer has nosed the inside hump. This one a little unique. Little paper clip. Turn all over Andrew Humphrey. Humphrey's going to have to move to the top now. Turnmeyer going to run him way wide.
slides it a little bit up the hill. Humphreys gave him room, and Humphreys going to hang on. Turnmeyer ends up second by going to the high side when Thompson slid the car. He lost some momentum, and Turnmeyer got back by him. So Thompson third, Dahl Stockwell things out. As we'll get ready for heat number 3. They'll line up like this. Going to be Jeff Werdeman, the 81 car on the pole with the 43 of Reed Rundle on his outside. And I can promise you Rundle was watching that high line to see if he could use it. He'll probably stay there. Andrew Perry, the 33 car, inside row number 2. And he'll have Vinny in the 11 on his outside. And we'll see Greg Turner. Final heat.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Trying to go to the high side. Slip out of the slip. Take a quick peek at that one. We're able to get back to this one. Thompson looks like the car got a little free, and Perry was right there. So, hating that. Hating that for that video. Out in front. I don't know what is going on with this stupid thing. I have no idea why it's acting like this, guys. We may not be able to do replays because it's just not acting. It had an update today. Jeff Werdeman, about 0.6 of a second behind Andrew Perry. Rundle used the outside, grabbed the lead, and then chaos behind him. And he's the only car that has really worked hard to stay down. Goes above, cuts down, excuse me. This time, kind of splits it a little bit. The Rundle Thanks for letting me know that. We'll turn those daggum loud old cars down a little bit. How about that? So a couple minutes worth of warm up. We'll throw a commercial out here. We'll be right back. All righty. We'll see if this is a little bit better for everybody. Very loud tonight. This track has very good acoustics. So we'll turn the microphone up a little bit, and we will turn the cars down a touch. And see, let us know if that's a little bit better. Only the feats are left to go right now, drivers' final practice session. Only about 9 or 10 of them have actually made it out to take a lap in this session. We will see who interesting. All right. We'll see who starts out in the front row, because we know the invert happened, but the front row could also move back a couple of rows as well. All right, let's get ready to start them up here. And we are going to have to look and see how this is going to shake out. All right, now the lineup is set like this. Can be the 19 of Thompson on the pole with DeMoore in the 3 on the outside. Those drivers may move back. Not sure yet. Don't know what their actual redraw number was. It didn't get passed along, but that's okay. Jeff Werdeman and Marvin Turnmeyer, row number 2. Garrett Boyd, Reed Rundle, row 3. Andrew Humphrey and Jesse Thomas, row 4. Perry and Baker in row 5. Dahl and Turner are going to be in row 6. Whitfield and Stockwell in row 7, and then Vinny and Payne all the way at the back. So Adam Vinny, long ways to go. Quite a bit of time to get there. 30 laps. Always seems like it goes by quick, but it does not. And as I said before, it looks like that front row is going to drop back a ways. They'll probably drop back to about row 4. So it looks like maybe row 3 for DeMoore and Thompson. So that will put Jeff Werdeman and Marvin Turnmeyer, the Team 137 drivers, on the front row with Garrett Boyd and Reed Rundle tucked right in behind that. And then DeMoore and Thompson in row 3. And everybody behind that is as it was in the starting lineup. Lights off on the pace car. 30 laps on the board.
right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Go green as we extend, and drivers are going to move just a little bit. I thought they might go back to row 4. And it looks like that is what we're going to do here, because there goes Jesse Thomas past Aaron Thompson. And that will move Aaron Thompson and Austin D'Amore back to that 4-3. That's where I thought they were supposed to start. But I quote things a lot of times that are absolutely incorrect. So you can't count on me for a whole lot when it comes to that kind of stuff. Usually I'm in the know. Tonight, I was proven to be correct. All right, now it's feature time. 30 laps. Ready to get at it. We saw the top line was starting to work a little bit there in the later heat races, so we'll see how it goes here. Pace car's out of the way. We're going to hit the start zone right there.
Green, green,
and
green.
The green flag is going to fly. Side by side through 1 and 2. Turnmeyer. Oh, big wiggle out of Werdeman, and that's going to let a bunch of cars get to his outside. He is going to be down on that apron 3 wide. He's really got a tiptoe through here, so he's going back. Looks like he dropped the anchor. Oh, and his teammate gets into the left door. Perry put the left door on the right door, and Werdeman way back here. He's going to try to spin the car around, get on the racing surface. Turnmeyer's going into turn 3. Werdeman hadn't even made it to turn 1 to start lap number 2.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution this time. Turner with the crash. 41 gets in there. Looks like Vinny is right there on the bottom. They come off the corner. Just in case 2 drivers trying to get the same piece of real estate, and there wasn't enough room to put both vehicles in there. So that is going to help out Werdeman a lot, because Werdeman was on the same straightaway with the leaders under green, and they were coming up behind him. So his early misfortunes, you can see damage on the left front there of the 41, but Werdeman's misfortunes actually probably going to work out in his favor, as he will end up being able to rejoin the field at the back. No real damage to the car, maybe a little bit on the right front. Yeah, just a little bit pushed in on the right front. We'll see if that affects how hot his right front tire gets. But with 4 in the books, Turnmeyer, Arundel, Thomas, Boyd, Humphrey, Baker, Thomas, D'Amore, Perry, and Stockwell are the top 10. Then Dahl, Payne, Whitfield, Werdeman 14th, and Vinny and Turner, since both involved in that incident, they will restart 15th and 16th. Cars on the outside are going to get a little free. Sometimes they're going to bounce over those bumps. And the guy that's on the inside wants to use as much track as possible to get out of the corner. And sometimes they just come together, and there's not much you can do about it. So it looks like everybody's back where they're supposed to be. About one more time around. We should get the one to go signal this time. Lights will go off on the pace vehicle. This time, Turnmeyer and Arundel will start on the front row. Jesse Thomas and Garrett Boyd in row 2. Andrew Humphrey and Nick Baker making up the 3rd row. Pace car out of the way. We'll get into the restart
Green
zone.
flag,
Green flag back in the air. Turnmeyer with a great launch. Through 1 and 2 all by himself. Rundle has second alone. Now contact Just a tiny bit between Thomas and Boyd. Boyd able to hang on to the car. It got a little squirrely on the exit of 2. Boyd's got company down the inside. Humphreys is trying to take the 4th spot away. Boyd really free from the center out. Nick Baker now working the high side. He takes 5th away from Humphrey. So Humphrey on the inside getting moved to the back. That second line is really becoming a fast line around here very quickly. DeMoore now is working the high side. Can he get out at 2 and get beside Humphrey and get ahead? He's got Aaron Thompson locked in behind him. That time goes a little wide of the entry to 3. That's going to open things up. Now Humphrey will probably move to the high side. Here's a battle inside and out. 33 of Perry and Thompson in the 19, and Thompson has the run. He'll take the spot. So single file around the racetrack. That time J.D. Stockwell got in a little hot. I'll tell you what, Humphreys is not giving up. Or I'm sorry, that's Perry in the 33, not giving up. I'm trying to make a move. Boyd's got company. Nick Baker was taking a peek a second ago, and Boyd is trying to work on Thomas for the podium spot and caution. And Andrew Perry has backed it into the fence down here in turns 3 and 4. I think he and Thompson may have had a meeting of the minds. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, he got down in there and checked up, and Stockwell just didn't see it. Got in the back and in light contact with the outside wall. Shouldn't affect the car a whole lot. And we'll get in here, and Stockwell may be taking himself to the back with the tap out rule. So he'll take the 45 and he will go join the 33 of Andrew Perry at the back. For his part, bringing out the caution. We're down to 23 to go, so 7 laps in the book. And Turnmeyer has led every single one of them. Rundle stayed second. Thomas and Boyd battling for 3rd when the caution came out. Nick Baker still sitting there in 5th. Then Humphrey, DeMoore, Thompson, Aaron Thompson in 8th. Payne and Adam Vinny now up to 10th. So Vinny started out back. He's picked up 6 spots. We're not halfway. Be double file in the restart again. Not much has changed. Baker and Humphreys are swapping lines, so Baker's going to be on the inside, Humphrey on the outside for this restart. But the front 3 rows exactly the same as they tighten up to go into the restart zone. Green flag, and once again Turnmeyer with a fabulous launch, and he'll grab the top spot getting into turns 1 and 2. Clean air for the 16. Rundle still second. Thomas comes out with 3rd. Boyd with 4th, and they're side by side, 5th and 6th. This time with Baker on the inside and Humphrey on the outside. Baker tried to go hard to the center of the corner. The nose slid a little bit, and he had to check up. Lost his momentum. Now Aaron Thompson is right there as well, as Humphreys will clear down the backstretch, and that'll put Thompson and Baker side by side for 6th and 7th. Got to get up. Here comes Vinny. Vinny up to 8th, and he's looking for more as he's going to keep Baker pinned to the inside.
All right, man.
Caution behind. This time the 3 car of Austin DeMoore appears to have problems. He's right there by Payne. Alan Payne. Got Whitfield behind. Gets up in the line down. Oh, and Whitfield got in the right rear corner. I think he thought the 3 was going low, and the 3 thought he was going to take the middle. Whitfield was trying to go high. Contact, and that's what you end up with. So Mr. Whitfield will move the 07 to the back, and he'll join the 3 car of Austin DeMoore back there. So 10 laps, 3 cautions. A lot of side-by-side racing. And right now, you want to be on the high line. But you've got to be beside that car and keep them down below that middle line on corner entry so that you can get the advantage through the center and off the exit to make a pass. So we're looking at your Boyd right here. He runs fourth. Turnmeyer and Rundle still 1, 2. Thomas 3. The aforementioned Boyd in 4. Humphrey 5. Thompson, Baker, Vinny, Payne, and Dahl. Top 10. And Vinny was making the move on Baker to get the 7th spot away from him. Now he'll be alongside on the restart. So a restart coming with 20 laps remaining. Pace cars out of the way, ready to hit the restart zone right about here.
Green flag,
green flag in the air. And I tell you what, I don't know. Turnmeyer is getting such great starts, and I don't know what Reed Rundle's thinking about that, but he is having to work to hang on to second. He'll get it out of 2 here. Down the backstretch, Boyd has got his nose on the outside of Jesse Thomas right now, and that may work to his advantage to take that podium spot away. Boyd down the front stretch, have a little wiggle, really didn't get to apply the throttle the way I think he wanted to through there. They're going to be door to door, almost touching each other, coming down the backstretch. Thomas is giving Boyd all he wants right now for the 3rd and final podium spot. Aaron Thompson parked right in behind him. Adam Vinny on the inside line there. Vinny's up to 6th now. So 10 spots improved for Adam Vinny already. And the battle for 3rd is not over yet. And Thomas just keeps getting a little wide in the middle of the corners. It's making Boyd have to roll off the throttle, and I think Thomas is waiting for him to eventually just give up the spot, and he does it right there. Too hard on the tires to keep it driving in that hard, and Thomas just used the law of space. And didn't give Boyd any extra getting out of the corner. Now he's 3rd, but those guys are a good deal behind. Your top 2, Turnmeyer and Rundle, about a second right now. Now Boyd goes to the inside. Big mistake as Aaron Thompson goes by, and here comes Nick Baker. Baker got to the outside of Vinny, takes a spot, may take 2 here. Is on the outside of the 21. He'll take the spot away from Boyd as well. Baker back inside the top 5. Boyd trying to get to the high side. Vinny works to the inside. We were halfway last time. We'll be down to 13 momentarily here. Good run going right now. Humphrey now works to the outside of Vinny. That's for 7th. Can this pack run down? Top 2, Turnmeyer is 9/10 of a second ahead of Rundle. At 10 to go, somebody's going to have to flip the switch and try to go forward. Right now, Thomas. Looks like he's holding this line up pretty good. Thompson can't find the line to get to the outside. Thomas kind of rolling in low, exiting high, and that takes away that exit line. So even if you get your nose there, you have to give the spot away just to stay straight on the racetrack. That time Baker took a peek on the inside, the exit of turn 2 on Aaron Thompson. Top 2 are gone. Turnmeyer a second ahead of Rundle. Rundle a second, almost a half ahead of the battle we're watching right here. And this is the battle. We're down to 10, just inside 10 to go, to be 9 when they come around this time. Thompson tried to get a run. I thought he was going to dive in the corner, try to run off low right there, and he closed up. Cars to the infield. I want to say that was Alan Payne and Andrew Perry went to the grass. No caution. 8 to go for your leader. He's coming to the stripe. This time, Thompson looks to the inside. There comes Alan Payne rolling things back out. Thompson gets in, a little door-to-door action right there. Now a little touchy touch. That time Thompson has shape. Nick Baker gets a free spot. He may go for 2 as he goes down to the flat. And I'll tell you what, he got run right down on that flat spot down there. And Baker not ready to yield to the outside line. He's going to stay right there. Now contact between he and Thomas. And Baker had the bottom, and Thomas squeezes off the exit again. This time Baker moves him up the hill. You're just going to have to drive it in there a little further than you want to. Otherwise, that top side is going to prevail every single time. Turnmeyer and Rundle gone, coming to the wave lap. 5 to go this time. That time Thompson got a little bit of the right rear off of the 89 of Baker. He's going to fall way back all the way to 8 before he rights the car. And Baker not giving this up, and he has made a heck of a battle. There is our caution as Werdeman and Whitfield look like they may have had a meeting of the minds out here. Thompson is right there as well. This may be a chain reaction here. Oh, and Werdeman was a little slow getting in, and Whitfield. And that gets the 3 car also in it of DeMoore. And Adam Vinny got into that a little bit. So, big shakeups here, and with very few laps to go, a restart could mean the difference between finishing on the podium and finishing dead last. But it is Turnmeyer, Arundel, Thomas, Baker, and Boyd in your top 5. Then Humphrey, Dahl, Thompson, Stockwell, and Turner the top 10. Adam Vinny 11th. Werdeman 12th. DeMoore 13th. Whitfield 14th. Actually, Whitfield will be 13th as DeMoore left a racing surface, so DeMoore will move to 14th. Then Payne and Perry, those 3 cars at the bottom, all on pit road, all with damage. So it'll be a 4-lap shootout. It has been all Turnmeyer. Got to start on the front row. Took the lead right away. Has led every single lap. Never really been challenged. Moore's going to come out. He'll go around. And he'll rejoin the field. Oh, he stopped there to get to the back of the field. Sorry. I didn't really see him stop there on the apron down in turn 4. So while we wait for cars to clear pit road, we will take one more pace lap. Everybody's going to get doubled up. Double file restart with 4 laps to go. Will Turnmeyer get another great start on old tires? Will he spin the tires and give a shot to the 43 of Rundle? Can Jesse Thomas do something from the 3rd spot? Nick Baker now on the outside of that row. That's going to give Baker a great opportunity here. And Boyd and Humphrey side by side. Lights are off on our pace vehicle. We're going to go back to the green flag here with 4 laps to go. Tighten things up. We get down here to turn 3 like they always do. They'll get nose to tail. We'll get in the restart zone. Will Rundle be awake for the restart this time?
Green flag, green flag.
And the answer to that question is a resounding no. He's going to give up 2nd as Thomas got a fantastic start off the bottom. Now Boyd is looking to take a podium spot away. I don't think he's going to have enough car to do it. Baker is going to go right after. Rundle and Thomas is doing a great job of holding these guys down super low. 3 to go that time. Thomas up to second. Rundle settles into third. Now trying to make a run. May not have enough. Turnmeyer is just straight gone again. He is a half a second out in front of these guys. Well, thank you, Fiend. They are side by side down the front stretch, way at the back of the pack, but we are watching right here. Second, third, and fourth. They come back together. White flag coming out. Turnmeyer, 3/4 of a second, just needs to keep it together for one more lap. Rundle going to go down in the corner. Will he use the chrome horn? I doubt he does. That time, Thomas gained about a half a car on it. Coming out of turn 4 to finally see the checkered flag first. The 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer wins at Thompson Speedway. Thomas second, Rundle in third, Baker and Humphreys 4 and 5. Then Boyd, Turner, Dahl, Vinny, Thompson, Werdeman, Whitfield, DeMore, Stockwell, Payne, and Perry rounding things out in the final standings. See if our drivers can start making their way in. We're looking for Mr. Rundle and Mr. Thomas first. I don't know where all of our ads went, but we didn't have any tonight, so. There we go. There's now. Let's get Mr. Rundle in here. Reed Rundle, got a copy.
I certainly do.
Well, tough battle tonight on a very difficult racetrack. Restarts not really looking like your forte this evening. What was going on there?
Nah, Marv was getting a good jump in that last restart. Admin, I have to clear black flags because we go double file, and I missed the shift. So, Jesse got by me, and I wasn't going to, tap him or do anything to try and get by him. We'll take third, and I just had to do my best to hold off Nick and the other guys back there. Yeah, tough track tonight.
Yeah, it looked like not just that the track was super slick. It's a little bumpy on the exits too, as I recall from Thompson Speedway. But if you were on the outside and you got in the throttle a little too early, the car just wanted to dart left on people. How much fun was it trying to keep that thing straight, especially when we saw the 43 on the high line a lot?
Yeah, and the bad part about that is that from the middle off, especially off 2, if you're down low and you don't hit it right, you'll push up, and it'll go right out to the wall. We talked about that in our drivers meeting, just to watch that, because if you headed to the wall, you'd have to back out of it or you'd just pancake the right front. So there was some good racing. I know we had a couple cautions that maybe could have been not had, but that's not even good English, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, a lot of good racing tonight though. The 43 car coming home in third. I'm sure we got plenty of shout outs and thank yous before we let you get out of here and go do your admin stuff.
Yeah, it was a good race overall. I'll take it. I be honest, I hate this track, so I'll take it podium finish here. But special thanks to sponsors: Little Caesars, Solo Stove, Buddy's Racing Equipment, Diamond Racing Wheels. My regular guys as far as that goes. Shout out to my dad down in Florida. Hopefully he's watching tonight, and thanks to the wife. Of course, Scrub-A-Dub for being our series sponsor, Wabam for our clean driver ranking sponsor, and you guys for always putting on a hell of a show.
All right, man. Appreciate talking to you. You just wait for the pictures I send you tomorrow night, since I didn't ever get no free pizza. You just wait, buddy.
Talk to you later, man.
All right, Reed Rundle finishing third tonight. Jesse Thomas now. Let's talk to Jesse Thomas. Jesse, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, interesting run, man. You had to fight off a lot of cars tonight to stay on the podium. You come home second on the last restart. Tell us a little bit about the finish to this thing.
Man, honestly, I really didn't think that I was going to be up front tonight. Typically, with this group, I kind of run middle to back. Practice, the field was pretty tight, and then I was just able to put me a good qualifying lap together. And I looked up there in the heat with the 2 guys wrecking. But no, as far as the race goes, I mean, yeah, I was fortunate enough to be, behind Marv most of the race on them restarts. He got good launches, and it allowed me to kind of get up there and then place the car where I needed to, because I was fighting off a lot of tough guys back there behind me. I mean, they were putting the bumper to me, doing everything they could, and it was a lot of hard, aggressive racing, and it was a fun time.
Well, a tough track and a great finish. I think first time podium for this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, first time podium in this group for me. So it's been awesome to be able to run with these guys. I've learned a lot. I haven't been in iRacing too long, not as long as these guys. So it's been an honor to be able to come in here and run with these guys. Thanks to Reed, Marv, for allowing me to come in here and run in both of their series. So it's been fun to be around all these people and just kind of watch the lines they take, what makes them faster and things like that. So I'll take little things that I see them do and try to apply it to my racecraft and see what I come with. So it's pretty fun.
All right, man. Well, a great run. Give us a couple of quick shout-outs. Who's on the car helping you out, and we'll let you go celebrate a good second-place finish this evening.
I just want to thank Doug Turner for painting this car for me. He does all the work for me. He actually ran tonight. It was the first time he ran in this series. So big thanks to him. Wesley Whitfield also ran in this race. He helps me a lot. Being able to spend time with them to be able to learn. I learned pretty much everything that I need to know as far as running these tracks, to have me best prepared. So thanks for them. Then as far as my paint scheme, it's a paint scheme that my dad used to have way back in the day before I was born. So, it's pretty cool to run this car and get to see it come to life on iRacing. So, and thank y'all for everything y'all do. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back in the series.
All right, sounds good. Y'all have a good one.
Jesse Thomas finishing second, and now it's been a cool minute since he's picked up a checkered flag in this series, but Marvin Turnmeyer does it tonight. Marvin, good run, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. It has been a while. This is a hard group to win with. You pretty much got to qualify every lap if you're going to beat these guys. And, practice, I just really didn't think I had much for them tonight. And, as the sun set, all of a sudden the car came to me. It had good turn in and was really balanced on the brakes. And it just came to me. Ended up being a pretty good race. And, I appreciate these guys letting me come in and run with them.
Well, we'd love to talk to you about challenges, but you kind of run away and hit every time we got any kind of a run in there. But I wanted to ask you about the restarts. Do we need to check your tires?
Well, Reed is a bit of a master on restarts, and I like to pride myself on restarts. So I knew if I ever give Reed a chance to get there, it was going to be tough. So I wanted to make sure I got really good restarts and try to get him cleared. This is a middle to top dominant track, so just wanted to make sure I had the right line getting in the corner. And from there you can kind of race it out, but if you got a couple guys side by side, it really makes it difficult.
Yeah, we saw quite a bit of side-by-side racing, and the top side really did prevail. And there's some bumps going through those corners. I asked Reed about coming off on that high side, especially in turn 2. How much fun is it trying to keep the car straight and still get forward bite?
Yeah, especially off 2. If you get back in the gas a little too soon and get across the bumps, it'll want to step out with you. And, on the entry of 3, if you come in just a little too low, there's a set of bumps there that'll kind of upset the car and move you up the track a little bit. And, I had that happen a couple times there toward the end of the race, just trying to back my entry up and keep a good pace. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a fun track. I mean, it's a really different type track than what we normally run, where you're normally around the bottom, everybody's huddling for the bottom. This one seems to be middle of the groove is about the fastest, but it's a lot of fun. You really got to hustle here.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout outs and thank yous, and we will let you celebrate a very, very well earned victory tonight.
Yeah, just want to tell Mom and Dad happy birthday. Dad was today, and Mom's is this coming Thursday. And thanks to Scrub-A-Dub and Wabam for sponsoring the series. And thank you for the broadcast and everything that Reed does. Let us come out and play.
Yeah, we weren't asleep in the chair tonight, so sorry about that last week, buddy, but I'll owe you one, and we'll get back to it.
Hey, man, every now and then we all put in a hard day. Yours just happened to be last Tuesday.
All right, buddy, thanks for chatting with us, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time.
All right, sounds good. Have a good one, bud.
Marvin Turnmeyer picking up the win here tonight. Let's take a quick peek once again at our results. Turnmeyer, Thomas, and Rundle, 1, 2, 3. Baker was 4th. Humphrey, 5th. Boyd, 6th. Turner, 7th. Dahl, 8th. 9th was Vinny. 10th, Thompson. Good run for Thompson. He was way up into the top 4 or 5, and then got pinned down on the bottom and fell back like a rock. Did get out of shape once and went back too, but then recovered, and it's just kind of an up and down night for the 19 car. Jeff Werdeman, he was 11th. Whitfield, 12th. DeMore, 13th. Stockwell, 14th. Payne, 15th. And Perry with an early exit this evening. He will finish in 16th spot. Fun track to watch from. And you heard the guys talk about how difficult it is to get out of some of the corners. And we saw that several times. But fun to watch these guys. They're back in 2 weeks. Tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. Season 20 for the Dirt Slingers Racing League kicks off. Be sure that you tune in and say hi to Zach, as he will be on the mic for that. And then nothing the rest of the week as we get ready to head for the holidays, unless we decide to do something impromptu. So if I don't see you before the holidays, guys, be safe. It's the last big holiday of the summer. Come back to us in a couple of weeks. We'll start to add some things, get some things going as racing seasons end around the country, and more drivers will come back to iRacing, so we'll have a lot more league races to cover for you. But until we see you the next time, keep the rough side down. Love each other. Everybody loves racing. You got to